What's up, TFU? This is AT. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Hey, welcome to another episode of TFU.
Let's go.
But today, wait, why are you doing my let's go?
Introduce our guest, please.
Man, please. We have Damien Dibell.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
pronouncing it right?
Yes, sir. It's just like the fight name. Dibbell. There you go.
I love it. I love it.
And we heard you have the strongest slap in the game.
Yes, sir. That's me. Just straight knockouts.
How do
put
they
people on the
measure
mat.
that? How do they measure that? The velocity, the speed. I know we read something that your swing is moving at more than 6 miles an hour. Like, I don't understand it all though.
They have their whole set up at the apex with a power cube.
Okay.
They attach a little strap to your hand.
Okay.
So they measure like how fast you swing, the power of your swing on the mat, and it's just different factors. But I think the knockouts speak for themselves.
Man, so we also know that you're from Florida.
Yes, sir.
Is Ruskin?
Yep, Ruskin,
Okay,
Florida.
Ruskin, Florida. I never even heard of Ruskin.
It's a very small town in Ruskin. It doesn't really get its credit because it's stuck between Apollo Beach and Sun City, and it's the edge of nowhere. Like, it's the last exit before you get into Sarasota, Parish area. So
Okay.
It's a real small town.
So are you the most famous person in Ruskin now?
I don't want to say most famous. We got a couple baseball players, I'm sure. Pretty sure Taylor Swift's dad lives somewhere nearby or some shit. I don't want to say most famous, but I'm definitely well known in the area.
Are you known as the slap king over there?
Yeah.
They know not to mess with you?
Yeah, I definitely get stopped and be like, you do the slap competitions, right? You be slapping the shit out of people. Like, every once in a while.
So what got you to, you know what? I want to slap the shit out of people.
See, that's the thing. I was just watching YouTube. I originally watched the guys in Russia doing it, Dumpling. I started watching slap fight championships with, Ron Beta, Darius the Destroyer, Frank the Tank, all those guys. And I was actually fans of them. And that just my wife convinced me to message them on YouTube, Instagram, just find a way to get a part of it because I was training boxing and, I thought it would be fun to try it at least once. And I did really well my first match and they brought me back on. It's just history since then, man.
I would never think a wife would encourage, like, you know what? You should join a
Better
sport.
at slapping people.
It's wild. My wife is just supportive in everything I want to do.
That's dope.
Just right there by my side every time.
So we know that you were studying to become a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So are you still doing that?
Yeah, I got my bachelor's degree already, so I'm planning to move up to upstate New York after my fight and, start getting my residency and then applying for law schools and see where I could get in.
That's dope.
So you can start slapping people legally in the street.
So outside the courtroom, inside the courtroom.
There you go. That's perfect.
Like back in the day, if you besmirch somebody's name, you slap them with a glove and then ask them for a duel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, taking out the dual aspect, we're already there.
So what was your first fight like, and how did that process? It sounds like you emailed them and you asked them a question, but how did that first process kind of come to life?
For me, it's really a difference between like my first fight in Slap Fight Championships and my first fight in Power Slap. Because my first event in Slap Fight Championships is a small town thing. We were still doing it in warehouses, like before they started blowing up even. So it was real close-knit. Everyone was friendly. Everyone was family. And then I got into Power Slap, and it was my first time even being in the UFC world. I'd never really watched the UFC. So coming to the Apex, me and Dana White, being in this big gym, just really seeing the evolution of the sport, it was a really big thing for me and really cemented like how far this has come and where this is possibly going.
How involved is Dana White during the whole Power Slap, process?
I don't know how involved he is now, but when it first started, he was really hands-on. I saw him a lot, in the back orchestrating things, and I feel like now that it's they've streamlined the process, he's kind of taken a little back step and just shows up to enjoy the events.
Got it. He seems like we were talking to, he seems like the people's champ. Like, he greets everyone that shows up. He takes all the pictures. He just seems like an overall really nice guy.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely an upstanding guy. I've met him a couple of times. pretty chill to hang out with. But I'm hoping to gamble with him this next event. And
I love it.
The after party. But
I seen videos. He goes deep.
Yeah, I may got 1 or 2 rounds. That's it. Little $200 bet next to his $500K. Just copy what he does.
So what was that first fight like?
It was wild. In my opinion, it was because I had been in fights before. I'd been in boxing matches. I'd been street fighting my whole life, but just standing there and taking that first hit was like, damn, that sucked. But then hitting him back and watching him fall down, it was the most satisfying thing ever. Just like
Absolutely.
My get back. And then after that first match, I was like, man, this is actually a ton of fun to do.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it seemed like you got the nicest personality. You were a boxer also?
Yeah, I'm trying to. That's the one thing that kind of sucks is since I've won my belts, I'm not allowed to go box or do MMA, try out other pro fighting. But I've always been a fighter my whole life. I just love fighting.
That's dope. I wouldn't even guess that because, like I said, when I see you at the face-off, you're always just so nice and you're always respectful and so kind to the other person, even if they're being an asshole. You're just like, yeah, well, I'll just see you at the fight.
Well, when you're big, you can be nice.
You can have that confidence.
Yeah,
exactly. Be nice.
Yeah, because you don't have to prove anything. If you're smaller, then you have to,
But I would be trying to scare the people, like
you don't want this problem.
Just a little bit. You don't want this in your life.
And for me, I enjoy fighting, but it's not anything aggressive. It's not like I'm just trying to prove something out there. Fighting is fun for me. It's how I release pent up stress and stuff like that, and I just have fun with it.
What was your job prior to Power Slap and you becoming the champ?
I've had a couple jobs since I started. I got, I left my parents' house around 20 while I was still in school, and I was working in HVAC, became a mover. This started, so I was like, let me just keep up the physical activity for a little while, just keep building that strength because I was putting on muscle at my company.
Got it.
And then I started moving logs at a tree business I was working at. Yeah, so I spent like the last year and a half just lifting logs, hitting the gym, working out hard, and I'm hoping to get back into HVAC for a little while I go back to school.
Okay, so is this something that is Power Slap reached the level where you can only focus on Power Slap, or is another job right now currently kind of needed?
I mean, I could definitely do it full time if I wanted to, especially if I had more than 2 fights a year, 3 fights a year. But for me personally, I'm too antsy. I like to do a bunch of things, so there's no way I could just focus on this nonstop. I still have a daily job just to earn that extra income and fill up my time while I'm waiting for the next event.
Yeah, because I heard that let's say you're in a match and they slap you, if you just don't knock them out on your first slap, that they kind of restrict how many fights you can do back to back.
Yeah, it really depends on how much damage you're taking. Like if you're getting knockouts pretty early on, you could do a couple matches a year. But for guys like me, I don't have a lot of contenders. So that's really the only thing holding me back is just not enough people making their way to the top for me to really get matches.
Do you think people are scared of you?
I don't know about scared, but they definitely get concerned.
They're definitely scared.
There's a little twinge of fear in their eye, but I feel like it's more just opportunity for a lot of these guys.
You're about 260, right?
Yeah, 265.
Yeah, nobody's signing up for that.
Yeah, they ain't signing up. Just stand there and let somebody 265 hit you in the face? Nah, that's crazy.
How was that the experience of getting that first slap, like getting slapped the first time?
It was, I've definitely been hit in the head before, honestly pretty often, just boxing and stuff like that. So it wasn't anything new on that aspect, but standing there and just taking it, you didn't realize the mental fortitude it takes to just stand there and receive a slap to the face.
Have you ever received a flinch penalty?
I think once against Ron.
That penalty sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
They
suck.
get 2 hits. Is crazy.
Excessive.
Now we just heard if they do the stepping, is that just considered a foul?
Yeah, that's just a foul.
And if you get 2 fouls, you're automatically disqualified, right?
In normal matches, it's 2 fouls. In championship matches, it's 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
A little extra leeway.
So what would you say is the difference between getting punched with boxing and then getting slapped barehanded?
I feel like getting slapped barehanded, there's ways that you could receive a hit as if you were in boxing that mitigates the damage a bit more. boxing, I ain't gonna lie, felt more like concussive power than a slap. Because especially when I had a clean-shaven face, it just kind of rolls off your face, swells up a bit, but overall, less damage in my opinion.
Okay, so we were talking to Babyface, and
Right.
he's known for having a clean shaving, and he thinks that maybe having a beard is more of an advantage than being clean face. You're saying having a clean face, it's like Vaseline, kind of like.
Yeah, it kind of just helps it just slide off. Just you get hit, but then it just slides off your face. That's how my opinion, at least, because I know a lot of dudes get the thick beards, but that just helps absorb the impact of more than anything.
Oh, okay. And it probably hides a little bit of the damage, too.
Oh, yeah, and sometimes it could be a disadvantage because it hides their chin, so it could be a clubbing penalty, but the refs won't call it because they say, oh, you knew you had a big beard. It's your fault for having the beard hiding your chin.
So we thought, and like, since it is a new sport, I'm not, proficient as far as the rules go.
Yeah.
So I thought clubbing was up here.
Clubbing is
It could be down here too.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
it
know
could
that.
be in the neck,
Oh,
forehead.
okay. Yeah.
If you go
Here,
even
for sure.
to the ear, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then right now, we remember when we were coming up, we were talking about your current record. You're 5-0.
Yes, sir.
You're 5-0, haven't lost. You've been a champ for the last 2 years. Do you think your opponent that you're currently about to fight, do you think he's a formidable opponent, or do you got this?
I feel like he can be, but it really depends on how he takes his slap. Like first round, he lost the coin toss, and that's usually not a good thing going against me. Especially if you don't have a proven chin. Like someone like Dorian, we know he's going to go 5 rounds.
Right.
But Wes, he hasn't had a match against anyone like me or anyone that really has a chin and delivers the same damage that I do.
Right.
Are you gonna predict a knockout?
I've been saying round 1 since forever now. I don't know how many more times I can say round 1.
Good for you. I love it. And I noticed that you kind of tower over him. What's his height?
I don't know, but it's
It looks
definitely
like about 5. Yeah, 5'8", 5'9".
I bet on the broadcast it's going to say like 6'3", 6'4".
That's going to be not true.
And there ain't no way.
Yeah, that's not going to be true.
I remember I think it was Ryan Phillips, and it said he was taller than me, like stat-wise.
Got it.
And then you see us standing next to each other, and it's like, we're obviously not the same height. There's no way in hell. I am 6'2". There ain't no way you're taller than me right now.
I got it.
What was your most memorable knockout?
I'd have to say probably my knockout against Nate. A round 1 knockout, especially of that caliber, was pretty nice because they were hyping Nate up a lot going into that match. And I feel like it really cemented that there's levels to this game. And there's a reason that I'm at the top and you need to work your way to fight me.
Right. And we know you beat Wolverine too, right?
Yep.
Okay. How was that fight?
That was a little harder of a fight. Ron could take a lot of good shots, and he's pretty good at delivering them back even when he's dazed. And during the match, I'm still not really great at judge decisions, so especially back then. Like I was still learning how judges' decisions worked in the pro fighting world, so I didn't understand that I was winning that match. So the whole match, I'm just like, I got to drop him. I'm losing. I got to drop him. So for me, I didn't really know I was winning until I sat him down in that match.
How much practicing are you like? We were trying to figure out, I guess everybody has a different practicing method when it comes to fighting or leading up to the fight. Do you ever just take slaps prior to the fight, or the whole point is no, or you just constantly just working on your swing?
Pretty much, for me at least, I only worked on my swing, just only power. They can't hit you. They can't knock you out if they're on the mat first. So
That's true.
yeah, I pretty much just tried to work on power, and because I always trusted my chin. But my last match against Dorian, I got a little wobbled. I didn't fall down, but I got wobbled for sure. So I've been working on my traps, my shoulders, just my technique for taking hits.
Got it.
A lot more effort on the defensive end throughout the months of training. But as the match gets closer, it's really just focusing on your form and accuracy.
Got it. It seemed like your neck. Is there a lot of neck exercises when it comes to preparing for these fights?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that do. They have like the strap that they put on their head.
Right.
I just work out my traps and shoulders. I don't bother with the whole neck.
You have a personal coach too?
No, I've done everything myself since day one.
God, dude.
I just be figuring it out.
Just show up. Yeah, I've been the champ for the last 3 years. Just going through it.
This is just fun to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I joined this just to have fun. Basically, bar fighting. That's what I
You just wanted to slap motherfuckers.
Yeah, I just wanted to slap people. And then they said, "Oh, you want to be on TV? You want to check?" I ain't gonna say no.
Right. No, that's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So also I would just add, so did you play any high school sports, football, or anything like that?
I played basketball.
Okay.
I grew up playing soccer, actually. Pretty all right at soccer. I wouldn't say I'm going to no league in soccer, but I grew up playing that at the military base in Camp Pendleton. And just pretty much it.
Were you in the military?
No, my father was.
Your father was, okay.
Yeah. He was stationed in Camp Pendleton down in California.
And because I know, with the clubbing, there has to be precision on the hit.
Mm-hmm.
How would somebody go about training to kind of keep that, okay, I'm just going to hit the cheek always?
They have the bobs that, MMA fighters, boxers use. Those are perfect for training, like hitting exactly where you want to be hitting and keeping your hands straight and making sure you're not clubbing or pulling any penalties. So having a bob and practicing on that throughout your, lull from event to event really does help your accuracy.
God, the fact that you do all of this on your own,
just figure it out.
Just figuring it out is crazy, and you're the champ. Because when we were talking to Babyface, he had a full-on coach, and he's training, and he's working on his swing constantly, and all these different things. It just seems like you were a natural for this particular sport.
Yeah, it's just been working out for me so far, so I'm just riding that train, and if something does happen, come up where I lose a match, I'm hopping to a different sport. My record's gone, I'm gone.
Oh, okay. So if you ever lose, which it doesn't seem like you'll ever lose, but if you were to, you're going to move on to a different sport?
At least for one fight. I want to try, boxing. I want to try taking MMA matches. I've been training for those fights for a long time, so it'd be nice to actually get one of those different fights.
You prefer MMA or boxing?
I want to start with boxing just because growing up, that's what I always wanted to do, but my family never allowed it, so that's what I was training. Like, as soon as I turned 18, I started paying for my own classes and sending myself to go train boxing, and ended up here, but I'd always want to go back.
So do you have any training like grappling and being on the ground for UFC?
That's the one thing I don't like. I don't like ground fighting. I don't like a dude's ass in my face.
Yeah.
Or grabbing your leg. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, rubbing his junk on my shoulder. I'm good.
Yeah.
That aspect I'm not looking forward to if I do get into MMA, but boxing, stand-up kickboxing, that's my kind of thing.
Where do you see Power Slap going to in the next couple of years?
Honestly, it's hard to say because we've already grown so quickly. We have international events. It's only been 15 or 14 events, and we're already traveling within the U.S. These bigger stadiums. So I could definitely see us growing within the U.S. more, touring around the U.S. more, and maybe even traveling to more countries too.
Right. I think your next big event is in Dubai?
Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Are you gonna go there?
If they invite me, I'm paying for my own ticket. It's like $2,000 for a ticket.
That'll be amazing, though. I'm sure you're gonna absolutely be there. They can't not. How can you not have the champ there, the heavyweight champ?
It happens sometimes, but I got to go there last October to coach an event, so I wouldn't be surprised if I went to this one to coach as well.
Okay. And the other thing I was going to ask you, so I know there's a weight class above your weight class, which is super heavyweight. What's the weight limit for that one when you start crossing over into that?
There isn't one.
Oh, you can actually sign up for a super heavyweight now?
Yep. It's literally 266 and up. So any weight class or any weight that is above 266, you're free to be. They just prefer that you're not like over 400 pounds. Like McKinney gets a pass a little bit because he's so built. Like, they look at him, they're like, all right, you're you're built like a sumo wrestler, we'll give you a pass, but they usually like you to be below 400.
You think your slap could take down Dumpling or the Hawaiian?
I'm gonna try. I definitely try.
So if they put that match on you, it's like, okay, we'll give you a little extra. We want you to fight Dumpling.
I'll do it tomorrow if they want me to. Like, I've been asking for a second belt, like a second division belt. So
that's dope.
I'd love go up, go down. Y'all need me at 205. Y'all need me super heavyweight. It don't matter. Just send me the contract. I'll sign it.
I love it.
This is a Power Slap 14 in New Orleans. Is it the first time you guys are out of Las Vegas? Or
This is the first time we're out of Las Vegas, but within the U.S.
Okay.
So we've traveled abroad before. We've been to Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi before, but we haven't traveled within the U.S. yet. So this is going to be our first event outside of Las Vegas for that.
Oh, dope.
Are there a lot of people from other countries involved with Power Slap? And the reason why I asked you that is because we were speaking to another contender, and I think he was Russian or something.
It was Dumpling. We're talking though, but it's like no English,
like,
no
English. He's like, I have zero English.
Yeah, there's been more Hungarians, Russians, people from Brazil. It's definitely growing into an international thing. South Africans, even Danny Pitbull Van Heerden. He actually moved from South America or South Africa to Las Vegas to participate in the sport. So we're definitely getting more international fighters involved.
That's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
If you could change anything from Power Slap, rules, the ways, like, is there anything you would change?
Without stepping on too many toes, I feel like the stepping penalties they've let them get out of hand in certain cases.
Like not calling them?
Yeah, so I'd definitely like to see that be more consistent in future events, but overall they're doing a great job improving the safety and making sure they're cleaner events.
Now, when you say stepping, I know what I notice is a lot of them. I can't remember if it's their front foot kind of twist or their back foot twisting. What's the exact rule or what's the thing that you can and can't do as far as stepping?
So it's a little bit different. It depends on how high your heel lifts. So you're allowed a little bit of heel lift when you're slapping, but that's up to the ref's discretion. So they might allow 1-2 inches for one fighter and then allow another fighter 4 or 5 inches. Looks like their foot is leaving the ground. But they specified balls have to always remain on the floor, like balls of your feet.
Balls of your feet, okay.
Always have to remain on the floor. So you can't just fully lift your foot up when you're swinging. And you can't have rotation before the hit lands. So your feet can't show any, rotation. When you're striking.
Okay, that's definitely clear.
Aside from yourself, who's your favorite Power Slap fighter?
I'd have to say Ron Beta. I was a fan of his before I even started doing this. Like, he was the one that taught me my technique, and I watched and really got me into the sport to begin with.
That's dope.
You fought against him, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did it feel going against,
Oh, it felt awesome. Being able to take on the legend that, taught you how to slap people and showed you the ways of the techniques and how to get better. Because a lot of people join the sport don't see that there's a lot of technique and strategy that goes into, slapping the shit out of people. So he really taught me the nuances of this sport and helped me, get where I am today, honestly.
And you didn't hold back?
Of course not. Hold back in Power Slap? No, it's funny. I'm good friends with Dwayne Crespo, who I knocked out in our very first match in Power Slap. Power Slap 1, knocked him out in round 2. They show it all the time. One of my best knockouts.
Right.
Great friends. I'm an uncle to his daughter.
That's cool.
I'd try to murder that dude again if it came down to it. That's just the sport. We both know what we signed up for. You signed the contract. You know what you're signing up for. Like, that's why when people talk about the dangers of the sport, at the end of the day, I didn't create the sport. I was given money and a contract and an opponent. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Which sport do you think is more dangerous, boxing or power? Or which one is you think like more aggressive? The most. I don't want to say dangerous because I don't want to cast that spell on the sport itself. But which one? Boxing. Which one do you think is scarier, boxing or Power Slap?
Just from talking to a lot of other fighters, I mean, I haven't gotten to personally participate in a pro boxing match yet, so
Right.
I can't tell you firsthand. But from what a lot of other fighters have told me, just training for a boxing match, you're taking way more hits and getting a lot more damage. And there's also been more deaths in boxing than most other combat sports.
That's true.
So compare that to power slap, where if I have 2 fights in a year, I got hit 10 times. Compared to a boxing match where you're getting minimum 10 hits if you're, good at what you do. So in that aspect, I think boxing is probably more aggressive in that aspect.
Right. Is that the average 2 fights a year?
For me, it is.
For you, it is 2. Oh, dang, that's not a lot. But I think about boxing in general, and that's kind of like their average.
Yeah.
Right? That's pretty much their average.
And
right
I mean,
there.
that's not counting, I say 10. Most of my fights don't go to full 5 rounds.
Right.
So I think my first, against Nate, I didn't get hit. Against Dwayne, I only got hit once, twice. Ron went the distance. Dorian went the distance. I've had like 25, less than 30 slaps against me in my whole career, and definitely made enough money to make it worth it.
There you go. I love that.
For trick, because you were talking about boxing, the other thing is they have to be like in great cardio.
Oh, yeah.
And all that stuff. Well, when it comes to power slap, is there a diet that you have to follow, that you take the slaps better, you can hit better? I would assume the more mass you put on.
Yeah, for power slap, it's definitely a mass game. So the more weight you could put back on after weigh-ins, the better off you are. So a lot of the heavyweights, they'll cut down to 265, and then they'll show up weigh-in or fight day at 280, 290 sometimes. Oh. So, yeah, they'll really stack that weight back on. So it's kind of the reverse of like staying lean for your cardio and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's the reverse of that, but I'm still working on my cardio and stuff to get into those other sports. So I try to balance it out. Got it.
Now, since you're a champ, how many people walk up to you in the street and it's like, hey, can you please slap me?
You'd be surprised. It's a lot.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, why would you want that for yourself? You don't have a mouth guard. There's no doctor here for you. I knock out grown men twice my age sometimes. Like, you don't want that smoke.
And the other thing is that I heard there now this uproar of like backyards power slapping and people having these little micro events within their town and things like that. Do they often call you out just to judge, to visit, to be like, look on and things like that? Have you seen that more?
Yeah, I've definitely been asked to sponsor a couple of events, not just within the country, even overseas. They're starting up smaller events that I've been, asked to endorse, and it's definitely, you could see the spread just based on the amount of small events and small town fighters that we're getting. And
they pay you for that, right?
I've been offered decent money for it.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
So we heard, because your hand are put as a lethal weapon, I guess, because of the regulation of Vegas. What was it called?
No, yeah,
I think is that only your right hand or your left hand too?
I mean, they just use the UFC rules for a lot of it. So technically, you're still a pro fighter. So if you get into a fight, it's the same rules as if you're an MMA or a boxer.
So you can't fight.
Yeah, so I can't fight nobody on the street. That's another thing. It's like,
can you defend yourself, or not even that?
I mean, you could defend yourself, but it's really a case-by-case basis. The best situation is no situation. So just kind of run before you start fighting back. And if you see a fight coming, just get out of there. Just leave the situation.
When you say a lot of people ask you to get slapped, is it more than 100?
I've lost count for sure. I honestly believe it's more than 100.
But I get it. I was going to ask you.
Why do you get it?
What
is wrong with you?
Why would you want that?
I don't know.
People going to sleep.
I want to know how it feels when the champ hits you. I want to know the difference.
But just on the street, like,
I don't.
There ain't no catchers or nothing.
Yeah, I don't.
You fall, you're just going to hit concrete, man.
That's it.
And people are masochists, People, And,
you are a masochist.
And if you take it from the champ, there's no better way.
Nah.
Well, pause. What you mean by that?
It's funny. We had Dave Dash on there. He used pause 1,000 different times throughout our conversation. He was on our podcast.
Yeah, another co-host cannot stop using it.
Yeah, he's addicted to it now. It's crazy.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mess with my friends with that all the time. Just, what'd you say? Hold on.
Do you, because I saw one fighter slaps with both hands. Do you practice with your left too?
I practice with my left, but I ain't going to use it unless I hurt my right.
Yeah, because I saw like somebody left the fight because they hurt their hand. So I guess that's why you can, the switcheroo.
But you know what? I think it's a super advantage because most people are getting hit by right-handed people, and they're probably not used to turning their neck a certain way.
Yeah.
It could really probably surprise them.
Have you fought a left-handed power slapper?
Not in power slap. My first event was against Frank the Tank using his left. And I mean, that was like 7 rounds. So I think that's the only
7 rounds?
7 rounds.
Oh, yeah. I signed up to do 10-round fights back at Stat Fight Championships.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I've done more rounds in Stat Fight Championships than my total in power slap.
Is Sci-Fi Championships still around or not? Yeah.
They're doing an event at the same time as power slap because they're trying to compete with power slap right now.
Do you see them?
I never even really heard of them.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm a power slap striker, but I came from them, and they're going to have Kai Cenat and Moist Critical there.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to have some pretty big names at that event too. And honestly, I like their events. I watch their events still, so I check them out.
Okay. But it's not here in.
No, it's
It's in another city.
I forget where they're doing that one, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's going to be broadcast. They're trying to compete, so they're broadcasting it roughly the same time as our event as well.
Oh, shit.
They're going to have a hard time. Dana knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, they have the celebrities there, but it's still just a numbers game. We got way more influencers coming out to this event, and it's going to be a huge event for us.
What's the difference between the rules between sci-fi fighting and power slap?
Sci-Fi Championships, I ain't gonna lie, is a lot more gimmicky fights. So they'll have like 2v1s where they'll have like 1 super heavyweight against 2 heavyweights.
Okay.
They have the 10-round matches. That's where Ron and Darius had the 27-round match in slap fighting. And it's like 27 rounds.
That's crazy.
That's insane. That's too much for anybody.
Yeah, like you said, that's like a whole year worth of fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
or that's probably more than a year worth of fighting.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why I always say like the longevity of the sport. People talk about how it affects you, but we've had guys like Ron and Darius and Frank the Tank that have taken dozens of these slaps over the years, and they've been a testament to the longevity of doing this sport.
Got it.
Yeah, the way you mentioned, because, when you think about boxing, you get hit in the head in one match like 40 times, 50 times, not even counting training.
Yeah, so, I mean, people always talk, oh, at least you could defend yourself, but let's be real here. You're not defending yourself against every single one of them punches. That's just
exactly.
a fact.
Shit. Have you ever hit somebody so hard that you smell shit?
I don't think so. I sure hope not. I hate to do that to somebody. There's a difference
That's
to get knocked
embarrassing.
out.
But I can see it happening. Like, when, I don't know, I've never had that happen to me.
It sounds like you have.
No, that somebody hits me.
Like experience.
Experience speaking over there.
Shit.
Why would somebody shit if they get hit? People do that?
If you die, I heard people shit themselves.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
dead
Nobody
yet.
wants anybody
No,
to
but
die.
you're getting if you get the shit, I don't know.
Literally
It don't
the
matter.
shit knocked out of you.
Yeah.
Have you knocked anyone out of their shoes before?
I think it's Ryan Phillips.
Okay.
I don't know. It was a nasty knockout, but I'm not sure if he fell out of his shoes or
We're
what.
going to go back and look at the tape.
Oh, yeah. That one is definitely one of my nastier knockouts.
Oh, okay.
Nate at least was like stumbling around, trying to get back up. Ryan was out. Yeah, Ryan was gone.
And the only time you've been really dazed was, I think you said, was that your last fight?
My last fight and against Ron, who's
Okay.
really a 205 fighter. Which
Okay.
really shows how good of a fighter he is.
Right.
Yeah, he only rocked me after I dropped him too, which was even crazier. It's like when you would expect him to be his weakest is when he showed out and came back as strong as ever.
Yeah, that must be extremely difficult, like to be kind of woozy and then come back and deliver the appropriate strike to even knock someone else out.
Yeah, it's like not only are you dazed, but now you have to hit a small target area.
Right.
Following all the rules, following all the precautions, deliver a clean slap, and still do enough damage to win back that round.
God, that makes so much sense now when I think about it. Like you said, that small area, you being woozy, you know, you got the clubbing foul, you got the footwork, the stepping, and all these things. It's a lot that goes into this.
Oh, yeah. I really like to think of it as a perfectionist sport, too, because fighting better guys as you move up the division, one mistake could cost you a match, 2 mistakes, and you're DQ'd. Like, you don't get a lot of chances to mess up in this sport, and they're getting really strict with calling these penalties. So you really have to be a perfectionist to win these matches. Yeah,
and when we were in Vegas, it was a young lady. I think she had really bright red hair.
Oh, yeah.
And after she had kind of fouled out or disqualified herself, and she was extremely upset afterwards. I think she left the ring crying.
Yeah, she did.
She was going through something.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. You lose out on your win bonus. You lose out on the possibility of a KO bonus just because you couldn't keep your feet down or you couldn't land.
So there's a win and a KO bonus.
Yeah, there's your show money, your win money, and then the KO bonus, which is $10K.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And then they have the crypto bonus, which you technically could win both.
Explain the crypto bonus.
It's we're sponsored by a couple crypto companies now.
Okay.
So I'm not sure which one exactly does it, but it's a $10K crypto bonus on top of whatever
Which crypto do you get?
That I don't know. I really want the answer to.
If anyone got the bonus, you got the bonus. You haven't got the crypto bonus yet?
They started doing it after my fight with Ryan Phillips, I believe.
Got it.
And I didn't knock out Dorian, so I didn't even get a bonus for that fight.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't had the opportunity. I'm hoping tonight is the night.
Yeah, tonight's the night.
Yeah,
tonight's the night. So you're going to get both tonight.
That's a goal.
That's cool. Next time we interview you, we'll know what the crypto bonus is. What crypto you actually get.
Yeah.
Are you into crypto?
I used to be a little bit, but since I've been working and getting busy, I don't have enough time to follow it to make sure I don't lose a bunch of money.
Who's your dream matchup?
I'd like to rematch Dorian just because he's the only one I haven't dropped, and we had a really close match. The only time I almost lost in Power Slap so far, but after him, I would really like a legacy fight. I'd like to fight someone like the Dumpling or Crazy Hawaiian, another big name to just show that I'm the best at it and to really put myself at the top of the sport.
Now, a lot of those guys are like, I think the Dumpling, isn't he like 400 pounds or close to it?
Dumpling's like 380, 360, I believe.
380, but then they got you by almost 100 pounds.
I've had a super heavyweight fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back at Slap Fight Championships, again, my last fight with them was a super heavyweight championship fight. It was 7 rounds, and I made him tap by the 7th round.
Okay, and how much did he weigh?
He was like 310, 311, I think.
Which fighter was that?
His name is the Hulk.
The Hulk. Okay.
You can find all of these fights on YouTube.
No, we're gonna go look. That's why I asked you. So we want to go find that fight. Wow.
Yeah, that was a wild fight for sure. And I mean, then you can see the physique change. You know, I got a little bit bigger since then.
No, that's good.
Shit. Like, Power Slap is crazy, but it's very entertaining.
No, it's the knockout. Like I said, they get straight to it. To it. We get to the good part right away.
Facts. There's none of that mumbo jumbo wrestling around,
dancing around the ring.
Nah, straight violence.
Do the Power Slappers interact a lot with the UFC fighters, or is kind of like a separate world?
Pretty much a separate world. Some of the UFC fighters, do come down and hang out with the Power Slap guys, but usually it's like a whole separate thing. They don't like us intermingling too much.
Oh, they don't? They told you, or it's more like you sense it?
Because a lot of the Power Slap guys like to fangirl over the UFC fighters.
Okay.
So they're like, oh, you can't be stopping and taking photos with them and stuff like that. It's like none of the actual fighters really care, but the brass is like separated a little bit.
I think
because I seen Nina Drama.
Yeah.
Like she, at least for Las Vegas, she was like with UFC fighters, kind of commentary, making bets on the power slap.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Seems like an integration might come soon.
I mean, I'd be down for it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really give a shit. I don't watch UFC.
To me, I think this has more star power than the UFC because the UFC, people wrestling around on the ground is not, to me, it's not entertaining. I don't really personally like it, but most fights in real life fights kind of end up on the ground.
Yeah.
So I get it, but power slap, just standing there, like you said, we're getting straight to the good part.
Oh, yeah.
I think it definitely is something that's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm excited for the sport.
Oh, yeah. It's growing fast and just shows no signs of slowing down. I've talked to the brass a lot, and there's so much lined up that I'm not even allowed to really talk about and discuss. But there's a lot of big things coming for not only this year, but the next year. They're really trying to get more events, get us traveling more, get us in more states and countries, and it's really going to blow up over in 2026.
You think they're ever going to break it up to different divisions? Like, okay, there's a South America division, there's a North America division, there's an Asian division, and then all of a sudden all these people are kind of meeting up somewhere?
I don't know if they do it like that, but I definitely think they'd start endorsing smaller divisions because there are smaller leagues already in a lot of these places. Like there is a slap fighting league in the UK. They got slap fight championships. They got the one in South America. Mm-hmm. There's talks about one in Brazil, Japan, India. There's a lot of smaller leagues that are starting to pop up around the world.
And as a power slap fighter, can you go join those leagues? Can you go do a fight? Or are you only restricted to power slap?
Yeah. As a power slap striker, you can't do any other slap fight promotion.
Okay.
And then as a champion, you can't do any fighting promotion, anything to risk injury of yourself. You have to be pretty much ready around the clock just for a slap fight.
Got it. But you can do movies and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, you can do promotions and stuff like
that. Okay. That's fair.
All right. So what would you be, we're finishing up in here, what would be your routine? What's your routine before a fight? How do you get in the headspace to get into power slap mode?
Are you talking about like waiting in the back for my fight?
No, yeah, like it's 8. The event starts at 8. You're probably gonna come up like at 9:30.
Yeah,
like, you have a routine, or you just like, okay, it's time to go to work?
I mean, I've been doing this long enough. This is just fun to me. This is just going out there and showing out. So I'd be in the back listening to music, stretching, hitting the pad a little bit, but there's no specific. I like to do as much as possible to not do the same thing twice. Because I've heard a lot of fighters have a routine. If that routine gets messed up, they'll start getting in their heads and stuff like that. So I really try to subvert that.
It's a natural.
Yeah, just go out there, know what you're about, and do what you're going to do.
Period.
Who are your top 5 slappers of all time?
Me, Ron, Frank the Tank, just because he's just such a nice guy. I can't hate. You just can't hate Frank. I'd have to say Dumpling. And then fifth, I already know I'm going to piss a lot of people off with. Fifth, honestly, I'd have to say Dorian, just because he is, like, I know my best friend ain't on that list, but Dorian is fucking hilarious when he goes out and competes, and every time he fights, it's amazing. Like he puts on a show. Like he may not be the cleanest striker, but he knows how to be entertaining up there and still keep it professional while he's being entertaining. Like he's not just out there cursing for the sake of cursing like Austin Turpin.
Right.
Just being fucking goofy as hell. He's entertaining, but in a good way, in my opinion. And in that aspect, I think he's one of the best fighters for the sport.
I love it.
So, when you knock somebody out, like after a match, what's that first interaction? Seeing them face to face after you?
Usually, it's at the after party, and I offer to buy a drink. I tell everybody, if after our fight, win or lose, no matter what happens during the fight, let's go get a drink afterwards. The winner buys the first round.
I love it. I love it.
Dorian is the only man that has accepted me and taken me up on that offer. Which, I mean, fair.
So most of them are mad.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah. Most of them don't want to do all that. But Dorian Dorian, all respect to Dorian, he really came out there. We had our drink. We talked a little bit after the match. And, we really got to, connect after that. But everyone else just kind of blew me off. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to be nice.
Do you state this at the face-off?
I tell everybody. This is
afterwards. Have a drink.
Even beforehand, I'm like, hey, make sure, see me at the after party. I got you on a round if I win.
I love it.
Hey, man. We're gonna go to this match. I'm gonna knock the shit out of you, but afterwards, I'm gonna buy you a drink.
There you go.
I'm gonna get you nice and I'm gonna get your night started. I'm gonna get you feeling better soon. All right.
I love it.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys.
Thanks.